No doubt. Now let's talk Rangers. Philippe Clement has been on the hot seat since the Celtic match and not making the Champions League. John Bennett has now stepped down and resigned due to health concerns. Could this spell trouble for Clement? A different change in the hierarchy there?
Yeah, if there's a change in hierarchy, they might have different ideas to what Bennett had, and again, they might think that Philippe Clement is not the right man to lead Rangers and ensure that they are finishing top in Scotland and qualifying for the Champions League. Clement obviously has been under intense pressure since that recent Old Firm defeat to Celtic. They're now 5 points behind their bitter rivals as well. It was a much needed victory against Dundee United at the weekend. 1-0. Maybe it wasn't the most convincing, but it was a clean sheet and 3 points, and that was the most important thing for Clement. And he was quite bullish after the game about now that Rangers will be back playing at Ibrox, that he expects an upturn in form and performances, and that's what the fans will be looking. But what the fans and the hierarchy at Rangers won't accept is if they continually find themselves playing second fiddle to Celtic, because if they see that gap getting ever bigger, then a decision might have to be made on Philippe Clement's future. But he's obviously got that big win against Dundee United after the international break when the pressure was building, so it's eased it a bit, but you're only one defeat away from being under pressure as an Old Firm manager, so he'll know he's not sitting pretty just yet. But I think he's hoping now that he can go on a good run of form and keep the pressure on Celtic.
And while they wait to bring in a new chairman, is there any chance of this decision being made? Obviously, Dave King has been linked to come back in as chairman. When does this decision get made with nobody in charge?
Yeah, well, if there's nobody at the top, then it's hard to make those big decisions, such as replacing your manager. So until that situation gets resolved, I don't expect any movement on the managerial front at Rangers. Obviously, if a new man comes in, he might have his own plans and look to replace Clement and bring somebody in, which obviously Dave King was involved when Steven Gerrard was previously at Rangers, and where he won the title and stopped Celtic winning 10 in a row, which was such a big thing for Rangers at the time as well. So obviously there'll be rumours of a potential return as well, but I think that's quite a hard deal to do with Gerrard currently out in Saudi Arabia as well on a very lucrative deal. So I don't think Rangers could get anywhere near matching those terms that he's probably on in that respect. But yeah, if there's changes at the top, it's then very hard to make changes on the football level if you've got other things off the pitch to be sorted as well.
No doubt. And you mentioned Steven Gerrard. Who are some of the other names that have been linked? We've seen McInnes as well be linked to the job, but who could you see taking over for Clement?
Yeah, obviously there's links with Derek McInnes because of his association with Rangers. He's a former player there. He's done a really good job at Kilmarnock last season. He picked up a number of key results against Celtic and Rangers last year with Kilmarnock as they qualified for Europe. But on the flip side of that, it's not been a encouraging start for Kilmarnock this season, where they haven't hit the heights that they did last season, and obviously McInnes has come in for a bit of flack as well because of that. But he'd be an obvious link because of his links with Rangers. Again, we've spoke about Gerrard being a potential candidate as well due to his past association with Rangers as well. Obviously for Rangers right now, they just need to get everything sorted at boardroom level, and I think the finances as well is another key issue that probably needs resolved, and because until they sort of get all those problems sorted out, they're going to find themselves playing catch up with Celtic, who are in a good position on and off the pitch right now as well. And until those issues get resolved, it's going to be hard to close the gap.